If your chicken thighs are coming up dry, rubbery, or straight up disappointing, and I'm going to show you exactly what you're doing wrong so that you can get the crispiest, juiciest chicken thighs every time. Welcome back. This is your Everyday Joe, and today we're keeping it simple with some air fried chicken thighs. And the best part about it, you probably have all the ingredients already in your kitchen. Let's get started. All right, this is the step most people skip. Pat the chicken dry with paper towels. If you don't do this, your chicken is not getting crispy, period. All right, so if you have some of this extra skin or a little bit extra fat here, just going to trim that off. Just get as much of it off. You don't want to take it all off because that skin is what's going to help crisp it too. Okay, but you want to clean it up a little bit. And you can save these extra pieces and throw them into a soup or make a stock with that. All right, so now before I get started, we have to glove up.
This is getting serious.
So now I'm just going to get all the seasoning into a bowl, get it all mixed up. I'm going to split it off. Half is going to go on into the flour afterwards, and the other half we're going to season the chicken. We're just adding more flavor on every layer. In this bowl, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of sea salt and 1 teaspoon of black pepper, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of paprika, about a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, which is basically a thyme, basil, oregano blend. So I'm just gonna mix that all together, get it all mixed up so everything gets well distributed. That looks good. Let's put that aside for now. In another bowl, we're adding 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/4 cup of cornstarch. It's gonna help in the crisping process. Then I've got a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. Again, it's going to help crisp up the skin and keep the chicken nice and juicy too. Okay, and I'm going to use half of that seasoning mix that we just mixed up into the flour because you want to flavor your flour too, so you want to make sure all the flavors are getting there. I'm going to add about half of it in there, get it all mixed in. Now I want to put this aside and bring out the chicken. And I'm going to use the rest of that seasoning to get onto the chicken. Don't skimp on the seasoning. Try to get it evenly. You can use a bag if you want, or a bowl. We're just moving quickly here. We don't want to do too many dishes. You got to get in there with your hands and just get it all massaged in, okay, like that. Make sure you get it into all the little crevices, little nooks. Get in the little nooks and crannies. Nice thighs. So now you want the chicken to sit aside for about 10 minutes just so it absorbs some of those seasonings. It kind of dries into the skin a little bit. So now I'm just going to brush it with a little bit of avocado oil. You can use a sprayer. My spray bottle didn't work. I'm going to have to get a new one. So I'm just going to brush it on just to coat it. You want to make sure you coat both sides. That's going to help give us a nice crisp, add in a little flavor. The seasoning will stick a little bit better to it. Okay, so now that I get it all greased up, I'm just going to set the chicken aside and we're going to get the flour ready. So in this bowl, I'm going to crack in 2 eggs, room temperature eggs. Try not to get any shells in there. Milk. Or you can use buttermilk in here too. Work really well. It'll help tenderize and flavor the chicken. A little bit of water. And I'm just going to give this a little whooping to get it all mixed in there. So now because I'm feeling a little spicy, I'm going to add a little bit of cayenne pepper into the egg. You can add that in the flour too. It doesn't really matter. You can add it anywhere. So add as much or as little as you want, or not at all. It's up to you. Okay, give that a quick whisk. All right. So now we're ready to dredge the chicken. So I'm just going to coat the chicken. I'm going to keep one hand dry in the flour mixture. Okay, you want to get it nice and coated here. Tap it all in. We get in all the little crevices. And just shake off any excess. You want a nice coating. And just put that aside here. Okay, we're not done with the flour yet. We're just going to let this sit for a few minutes just so the flour and the starch start sticking and get clumpy. That's what's going to give you that crispiness. and all those little crispy bits. So now that the chicken's been sitting for about 10 minutes, just to kind of dry up and soak that flour mixture, now we're going to go with this next step. The next step of the process is we're going to take the chicken and we're going to go into the egg mixture here. Again, keeping one hand clean. Okay, we want to make sure we get all the floury sections of it. Drip off any excess, and then we're going to go right into the flour. So we get those nice bits, the little crunchy bits that everybody goes crazy for. Shake off any excess, make sure we get everything coated as well as we can. Put that back on the dish, put it aside, because we're going to let this sit for another 10 minutes or so, so it soaks it all up again. So this gives us the nice crust that we're all looking for. Okay. Shake that one off and get that in the dish. We're going to get this aside. You want to let it sit again another 10 minutes while the chicken is just sitting and absorbing the flour mixture. We're going to preheat our air fryer oven to about 400 degrees for about 10 minutes or so to get it nice and hot in there so we can get a nice sear. All right, brush the chicken all over with the oil. Make sure to coat all of the floured areas. And you'll also want to brush in the oil or spray the oil in the air fryer basket for that extra sizzle. Now place the chicken thighs in the air fry basket with the skin side down first. You want to make sure you leave enough space for the air to flow around the chicken. And now I'm going to cook the chicken at 400 degrees or 205 degrees Celsius for about 10 to 12 minutes. Don't touch it, just let it do its thing. After about 10 minutes, open the air fryer and flip the chicken thighs. Look at that, almost ready. So brush a little bit more oil on the chicken so that no flour is visible. Continue to cook until internal temperature of at least 175 degrees Fahrenheit, 80 degrees Celsius. The dark meat of the chicken can handle a little bit more heat, and it actually comes out better at a higher temperature instead of the normal 165 for chicken breast or the white meat. All right, let's check these out. Use a thermometer if you have it to make sure that you get to the right temperature. All right, so this is what you want. Look at that. Look at that skin. Now you can hear the crispiness. So now that the chicken's done, you can let it sit for 5 minutes to cool off. I won't. I'm gonna dig right in. So let's give this a taste. Take a look at that. Look how juicy that is. That looks beautiful. Still steaming. Look at the juices. Beautiful. And that crunch. Fantastic. It's moist, it's flavorful, it's got crunchiness to it. It's like fried chicken without actually frying it, although we did use quite a bit of avocado oil, but it's not like deep frying. So for a quick recap, you want to make sure you keep the chicken dry, you season it, you flour it, you cook it at 400 degrees, you flip it, cook it for a few more minutes, and you're done. So all in all, it's not that difficult to do. Let me know in the comment section below if you do it differently, if you give this a try, and if it's crunchy enough for you. And if you want to see more recipes like this, hit the subscribe button. This is your Everyday Joe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.